Our heritage. TRETORN was founded in Helsingborg, Sweden in 1891, and has come a long way since. Today, you can find our brand in stores all over the world, but we remain committed to our living heritage. For us, this means proven expertise in creating products that can withstand Scandinavian weather without getting in the way of everyday life. It also means creating products that are stylish and worn equally by city dwellers and nature lovers. Ultimately, TRETORN is about celebrating both style and practicality. In 1896, 5 years after the start, we produced 1 million pairs of galoshes in Helsingborg, and in 1900, we produced our first sneakers. Looking back, we have pioneered the sneaker, the rubber boot, and even the tennis ball for more than 120 years. We've been synonymous with the sport for the century, from our first rubber boots to the world's first luxurious tennis sneakers. We're proud of our history and our legacy, from the rough weather that got us started in 1891 to the continued improvement and innovation that keeps us going. Are we celebrating our living heritage to our first 128 years and evolving for many more years to come? 1891 to born out of Scandinavian weather. January 3, 1891, the Dunker family opened up the doors to the new rubber factory that came to be known as TRETORN. The number of employees was 52, and the factory floor about 2,500 square meters. The factory produced galoshes for farmers to protect their feet. The tough Scandinavian weather was challenging for the farmers who didn't have shoes to protect them from the cold or wet weather. The new TRETORN galoshes were a big innovation, which helped farmers all over the country to stay warm and dry when they were walking the fields. In the next coming year, TRETORN produced 39,000 pair of galoshes, 1,8961 million galoshes. TRETORN's innovative galoshes, in combination with the tough Scandinavian weather, made the business expand swiftly. In only 5 years' time, TRETORN had reached a production of 1 million galoshes, 190 from 5 to TO575. As the production increased, TRETORN expanded rapidly, and only 9 years after the start, increased the number of employees from 52 to 575. 190 first sneaker. What many don't know is that TRETORN is the second oldest sneaker manufacturer in the world, right after the US rubber company started producing Keds. The Dunker family were big sports enthusiasts, and with the knowledge how to vulcanizing rubber, Henry Dunker decided to start going into the sports business. The 1st of May 1900, we produced our first rubber sole sneaker, a huge innovation in footwear and the beginning of a new era for TRETORN. 190 to first tennis ball. The Dunker family took their interest in sports to next level. 2 years after the first sneakers launched, Henry Dunker and TRETORN first started making tennis balls. The tennis balls became very popular and were widely distributed. 1903 first rubber boot. TRETORN went from only producing protective galoshes for the farmers to produce the first rubber boot as we know it today. This was a natural progression and made the rubber boot user-friendly to not only the farmers but also to regular customers. 1911 first private day dairy. The majority of the factory's employees were women. So in 1911, Henry Dunker started one of the world's first private daycare and called it Barnkrubben. They took care of the employees' children whilst they were working. This set the standard on how the relationship and responsibility was developed between the employees and employer. Some say that Barnkrubben is the reason for the saying "CS or the Swedish way." 1915 to appointed by the Swedish Royal Court. In 1915, TRETORN was appointed by the Swedish Royal Court by King Gustav V. Gustav V was a huge sports and hunting enthusiast and a famous tennis player under the pseudonym Mr. G in Sweden, known as the Guru. TRETORN are still today supplying the Royal Court. 1930 to leading on canvas shoes. 30 years after TRETORN's first sneaker was produced, the canvas shoe had a huge breakthrough on the global market. Sneakers quickly become a global phenomenon, and TRETORN became a sneakers brand on the global market. This was the prime time for TRETORN and many other sneakers brands. 1939 to regenerated rubber. During the Second World War, all imports of rubber were stopped. In 1939, a nationwide rubber collection started in Sweden. TRETORN encouraged customers to hand in old rubber boots and rubber waste, and they then regenerated the rubber at the factory into new products. 1946 Dandelion tennis ball. October 15, 1946. TRETORN produced a tennis ball made of dandelion rubber. The special ball was an experiment and became an innovation. 50s 7 million boots a year. With innovations like the rubber boot, sneakers, and tennis ball on the resume, TRETORN became internationally well known. With global fame, TRETORN becomes Scandinavia's biggest producer of rubber in the 1950s. With 3,000 employees, TRETORN was manufacturing 7 million rubber boots a year. 195 to Castor launch. After the war, the farming community grew, and the demand for protective footwear increased. To create protective workwear, boots was in TRETORN's DNA, and we in 1952 presented the classic workwear boot Castor. It was designed with an innersole made of wood to give the rubber boot extra stability and the farmers a feeling of comfort that reminded them of wearing clogs. 1953 Dunker Foundation. Henry and Gerda Dunker started the Dunker Foundation. They were committed to offer elderly care for the people living in Helsingborg and donate money to cancer research. After Henry and Gerda's death, the foundation took care of the couple's house and made into a nursing home at Villa Hevia that's still up and running to this day. 1955 Tournament. As a natural step from the success with sport shoes in the 30s, we introduced a remake of the tournament as an on-court tennis sneaker. The style is a true original and relaunched in a contemporary eco design for 2019. 1955 Inventing the permanent pressurized tennis ball. In 1955 it was time for TRETORN's next big innovation. This was the year we invented and submitted the patent for the permanent pressurized ball or pressureless ball. The same tennis ball is used all over the world today. Pressureless balls are designed differently from regular tennis balls in the sense that pressureless balls have bounce built into the rubber core and cannot lose pressure or bounce over time. The only time they need replacing is when their cover becomes worn. This, on average, occurs within 1 to 2 years. Today, TRETORN still produce the most advanced and playable pressureless balls in the world. 1960 Low compression balls. In 1960 TRETORN invented low compression balls, or range of softer balls, which moved slower to enable effective and easier development of tennis skills. 1961 Introducing the racket shoe. First launched as Davis Cup and later renamed to Racket. This wildly popular original racket sneaker was made for professional court tennis. With its robust rubber toe cap and the 3-layer pimpled sole that wouldn't wear out during the toughest of play, it was an innovative tennis clay court shoe that raised to iconic heights. This is a true original icon and relaunched in a contemporary eco design for 2019. 1962 Henry Dunker dies. In 1961 Henry Dunker, the founder of TRETORN, dies. He leaves behind one of the largest inheritances in Sweden at that time. Since he and Gerda Dunker were childless, they decided to leave in their will 58 million Swedish kronor, a value of 550 million Swedish kronor today, to the Dunker Donation Fund and the Dunker Foundation. The money from Henry and Gerda's donation fund are meant to make everyday life better for the people living in Helsingborg. The money from the fund is still today distributed by Helsingborg Council to build new culture and sports venues. See year 2000 for more info. 1967 Nylite launch. In 1967 TRETORN launched Nylite, the first luxury tennis sneaker in the world. It became a favorite when tennis stars like Bjorn Borg and Martina Navratilova dominated the world stage. Borg wore the shoe both on and off the court, and it rocketed to celebrity status after being used at both Wimbledon and US Open in the 70s. By the late 80s we had also established ourselves in the world of fashion. Using innovation to drive both functionality and design, our shoes became style staples. The canvas Nylite was named the must-have in the official Preppy handbook. 1967 to Kaguya of Sweden joins TRETORN. TRETORN starts collaboration with Kaguya of Sweden, one of Sweden's most influential designers at the time. Kaguya of Sweden was working with TRETORN, designing fashion lines, riding boots, sailing boots, and sneakers for many seasons. 1968 official Swedish Olympic team sneaker. The Olympics took place in Mexico 1968, also known as the Design Olympics because of the graphic design campaign, which became one of the most famous in Olympic history. TRETORN was proud creators of the official Swedish Olympic team sneaker and became, after this event, even more acknowledged as a sports and sneakers brand. Across the world, the Olympic was also the official Olympic team sneaker during the Winter Olympics in Grenoble. 1969 Wings launch. At the end of the 60s, sailing became very popular as a sport and hobby. At this time, TRETORN's classic sailing collection Wings was first launched. The rubber sailing boots became quickly popular and could be seen all over the Swedish archipelago. 1972 Sarek launch. In the beginning of the 70s, people were reconnecting to nature by hiking and walking the woods. In 1972, TRETORN's classic hiking boot, Sarek, was first launched. Designed to be comfortable during long hikes, TRETORN trademarked the Swedish National Park Sarek as a brand name the same year. 1973 The King in models TRETORN. The Swedish King Crown Prince at the time was on the cover of TRETORN's staff magazine called Skohornet, wearing the Olympic sneaker. 1976 to Clogs for ABBA. In 1976, TRETORN presented a special collaboration with ABBA, designing special edition TRETORN XABB clogs. This was the first music collaboration in TRETORN's history, a huge opportunity for TRETORN since ABBA was one of the world's most famous groups at the time. 1977 Roland Garros. The year was 1977, and the place was Roland Garros. Guillermo Vilas was playing Brian Gottfried in the French Open final, and the TRETORN tennis ball was the official match ball. 1977 Moving to the States. Since TRETORN sneakers had built a strong connection to the U.S. sports market, TRETORN decided to move the sports shoes manufacturing so it would be made in USA. 1978 Strong launch. The outdoor lifestyle grew in Sweden. People were out hiking, fishing, and spending time at their summer houses. TRETORN's classic rubber boot, Strong, was presented for the first time and become popular for the whole family. Strong is still today one of TRETORN's best-selling rubber boots. 1980 Preppy handbook. During the 80s, the preppy trend grew in us, and the famous Preppy handbook was written. The book taught the readers where to shop, what to wear, and became quickly very popular among young people. Nylite had at that time been seen on several famous people and had a celebrity status. In 1980s, when the Preppy handbook was released, Nylite was named as one of the must-have sneakers in the handbook, a huge recognition that made the shoe even more popular. 1983 The Pressureless XL Tennis Ball. TRETORN launched the new unique Pressureless XL Tennis Ball, the first pressureless tennis ball with performance that could be compared with pressurized balls, and it rapidly became a big success. The next coming years, it became one of the most popular tennis ball in Sweden as well as in many other countries, including Switzerland, Belgium, Singapore, Italy, and Mexico. It was sold in more than 80 countries and was the tennis ball with the world's highest sales growth rate. 1985 to Björn Borg joins TRETORN. By this time, Björn Borg had been working with TRETORN for many years, but in 1985, he officially joins the TRETORN advisory team as an expert to help out with product innovation and marketing. He plays an active part in the TRETORN team, giving advice to improve existing products and ideas for new products. His analyses of product development were just as highly quality conscious as his tennis game. 1988 TRETORN Plus Ball. Like TRETORN, Björn Borg was convinced that there are no shortcuts to success. There is no substitute for hard work. 3 years after the XL tennis ball launch, TRETORN launches the Plus ball together with Bjorn Borg. Production of the TRETORN XL and Plus is based on unique new rubber compound. Application of these materials demanded totally new production technology. Conventional manual methods were replaced by an advanced, computerized production line in which the rubber blanks for the tennis balls were manufactured to meet the utmost criteria for precision. 1988 The tennis at the Great Wall. Bjorn Borg brings new creativity to the brand, and the same year as the TRETORN Plus ball was launched, Bjorn Borg plays tennis with TRETORN at the Great Wall of China. 1991 100 years anniversary. June 14, 1991. TRETORN are celebrating a 100-year anniversary. Legends like Stan Smith and Elina Stasi show up for the celebrations in Helsingborg. A center court was built outside the factory and a tournament held. 1998 to MicroX. TRETORN's microcellular technology launches and is patented worldwide and recognized by the International Tennis Federation (ITF) as the pioneer in a new category of tennis balls called microcell. TRETORN's microcell tennis balls. The MicroX is neither pressurized nor pressureless. The MicroX ball combines the best of both worlds, resulting in a tour performance ball that does not lose bounce or performance over time. 2002 pressurized tennis balls. TRETORN launches pressurized tennis balls and become official sponsors at the WTA, Women Professional Tennis Association. 2002 Dunkers Kulturhus. Dunkers Kulturhus is built in Helsingborg. Henry and Gerda Dunkers Foundation funds the Community Cultural Center. This foundation also made it possible to build culture and sport venues like Kulturmagasinet, the Sports Stadium Olympia, Graphic Museum, and the Helsingborg City Theatre. 2005 Sneakers Award. TRETORN wins Swedish Fashion Magazine Café's Fashion Award as the year's sneaker brand. 207 CO Lab with Malin Bargard. The revolutionary riding boot advanced, designed in collaboration with Malin Bargard launches. 2007 to TRETORN X Acne CO Lab Nitrogen Monoxide 1. TRETORN and Acne goes into collaboration and launches 3 different collabs over 3 seasons. The first TRETORN X Acne sneakers collaboration was presented in 2007. 2008 to TRETORN X Acne CO Lab Nitrogen Monoxide 2. TRETORN and Acne present their second TRETORN X Acne sneakers collaboration. 2009 to TRETORN X Acne collab Nitrogen Monoxide 3. TRETORN and Acne present their third TRETORN X Acne sneakers collaboration. 209 Comme des Garçons collab. Exclusive sneakers collaboration with Comme des Garçons is launched. The collab was very successful and seen on the feed of global music stars like Kanye West. 2012 Official Ball Partnership. TRETORN sign official ball partnerships with selected tournaments on the WTA and ATP World Tour. This includes Hamburg, Stockholm, Amag, Zagreb and Bosted. 2016 Eco Essentials. In 2016 we celebrated 125 years in business. This made us rethink about the company's basic philosophy and what kind of products we want to make for the next 125 years. We have a long heritage of CSR and responsible manufacturing, and as we face huge climate challenges, we decided it was time to take even greater responsibility to use our planet's limited resources in a more innovative way. We decided to start the Eco Essentials Initiative. 216 Leftover Project. TRETORN launches the first Eco Essentials project, the Leftover Project. Together with the Swedish outdoor retailer Naturkompaniet, we launched a rain jacket collection inspired by natural ecosystems, where nothing should go to waste. We bought leftover fabrics from manufacturers and reused it by creating extremely limited edition collections. 2017 GhostNet Project. TRETORN and Naturkompaniet launched the second Eco Essentials project, a limited collab collection made out of recycled fishing nets, collected to prevent ghost nets in our oceans. 2017 World Ocean Conference New York. TRETORN is selected and highlighted at UN's World Ocean Conference as a benchmark company working towards climate goals. 2018 to TRETORN by Andre Benjamin 3000. The Andre Benjamin will not draw in class collection launches. The collection is inspired by Andre's personal connection to the classic Nowlite as he grows up in Atlanta. From Andre's original sketches to the completed line, the classic Nowlite has been infused with the style, icon's playful spirit, and design sensibility. 2019 Eco Sneakers. TRETORN reinvents iconic sneakers from the 60s, but with a cleaner footprint into the spirit of Eco Essentials initiative.